Now, here's meteorologist Pete Mangione with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
All right, thanks, Joe. And I think a lot of people thinking about food today because of the big game coming up. And if you're doing some food shopping last minute before the game, we're actually in pretty good shape as most of the rain holds off until the afternoon. Even the late afternoon and early evening might be the first time we actually see the showers start to fall. Let's check out what's happening here with our weather headlines. Some rain on the way this evening and tonight, and the timing works out where a lot of this will be falling just in time for the big game. Before and after the big game, we'll detail that timing more in just a bit. A dry start to the work week, and then we are watching some midweek rain and snow. Right now, the temperatures look mild enough to favor rain over snow, but stay tuned for details on that too. Looking at our North Kingstown camera, getting ready for a sunrise, although we're going to see lots of clouds underneath the sunrise this morning. And you will notice the difference if you're stepping outside. I mean, we are about 20 to 25 degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday morning. Newport, you're at 36 degrees, Westerly 35, Providence at the freezing mark at 32, 28 in Smithfield. So there still could be some slick spots, some of that ice and snow softening up yesterday, and any little layer of moisture would easily refreeze overnight through this morning before those temperatures finally push above freezing. Winds already getting breezy on Block Island at 15 miles an hour, 12 in Newport, 9 in Providence. These winds do pick up a bit late this morning through the afternoon, kind of sucking in that milder air. And when you look at this radar and satellite image, you're almost thinking, all right, it looks like a whole bunch of snow coming our way, but for the most part, the snow stays confined to the higher elevations well to our north and west. We get on this side of the system, so as it scoots across our area, it pumps in some of that moisture from the south. The mild weather kind of flips it over to rain, and you can actually see that developing here in our Futurecast. This is at 9 o'clock tonight. Notice how far to the north that rain snow line goes. Now, it still means we'll get some snow here in Vermont, New Hampshire, portions of western Massachusetts, but for our concerns here in southern New England, we are talking about plain old rain. Let's rewind the clock and show you sort of what to expect if you're out and about this afternoon. A few showers possible 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but the bulk of these do not fall until around 6 or 7 p.m. Of course, this might be right when you're driving to your Super Bowl party, so just keep that in mind. Later on, after the big game, we're talking about showers heavy at times with some gusty winds, so when you're driving home from the big game, maybe at a friend's house, you're also driving through some gusty winds and potential downpours. And there is a potential of some ponding and some localized street flooding that would be overnight through tomorrow morning. This is around 1 a.m. Notice what happens, though. We clear things out very rapidly. So for the commute on Monday morning, likely some tired people driving to work, but at least you'll be driving to work underneath some sunshine as the precipitation is long gone. Temperatures today much milder than yesterday for highs. Highs in the mid-40s as opposed to the 20s yesterday, around 45 in Wickford, 45 in Hope Valley. Northern Rhode Island temperatures also in the mid-40s, 45 Scituate, 45 Woonsocket, around 44 in Foster. And in eastern Massachusetts, temperatures also in the mid-40s, 46 Seekonk, 45 Attleboro. Some gusts of 30 miles an hour possible, especially late afternoon through this evening. So remember, 2 hands on the steering wheel if you are out and about later today. And just to sum up our Futurecast in terms of how long it takes to get to the 40s, I'm thinking the next several hours will be spent in the 30s, at least for inland spots, before the 40s are realized later on this morning. So that rain does fall heavy at times tonight. Temperatures on average around 40 before dropping into the upper 30s and mid-30s by early tomorrow morning. And you'll notice here in the 7-day Futurecast, it's not a bad Monday on the way. 37, mostly sunny, a little colder. Tuesday is dry, increasing clouds, and there's that system we're watching for the middle of the week, high of around 43. And because it does look like we're going to be sucking in some milder air once again ahead of that system, it looks like it favors more rain than snow. But we could get a little bit of snow there on the onset of that system, so that is something we'll watch carefully. But in the meantime, I think many people not minding these temperatures, Julianne, about 20 to 25 degrees warmer than at this time yesterday morning.
Certainly an improvement if you ask me.
Yes.
Thanks, Pete. Covering New England now, with the recent uptick in Americans fighting the flu, hospitals are seeing a massive